Stop and check your old pennies right now. Some wheat pennies are worth far more than 1 cent. One of the most valuable is the 1909 SVDB wheat penny, highly prized because of its low mintage. The 1914 D wheat penny is another rare coin collectors search for, even in worn condition. The 1922 No D wheat penny is famous for its missing mint mark and can be worth thousands. Finally, the 1943 copper wheat penny is one of the rarest U.S. coins ever made. These valuable wheat pennies can still be found in old collections, jars, or inherited coins. Always check the date, mint mark, and condition before spending a penny. That small copper coin could be hiding big money. Follow for more rare and valuable U.S. coin discoveries. Coin number 1, and stop everything right now and check your pocket change, because the coin I'm about to talk about could turn an ordinary cent into a life-changing find. Today we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and searched coins in American numismatics history, the 1943 D wheat penny from the United States. This single-cent coin has mystery, wartime history, rare errors, and values that have stunned collectors for decades. If you've ever wondered whether a 1943 wheat penny is valuable, especially one with a Denver mint mark, stay with me all the way through, because the smallest detail can mean the difference between 1 cent and thousands of dollars. The 1943 D wheat penny was struck during World War II, a time when the United States needed copper for ammunition and military equipment. Because of this urgent wartime demand, the U.S. Mint made a historic decision in 1943. Instead of using bronze, they produced pennies using zinc-coated steel. That's why most 1943 pennies look silver or gray rather than the familiar brown color we associate with Lincoln cents. This alone makes the 1943 wheat penny instantly recognizable and extremely popular among collectors and coin hunters. Now let's talk specifically about the 1943 D wheat penny, minted in Denver. On the front of the coin, you'll see Abraham Lincoln's portrait, designed by Victor David Brenner. Above Lincoln's head is the word Liberty, and to the left is the date, 1943. Just below the date is the small but very important D mint mark, indicating the coin was struck at the Denver Mint. That tiny letter is critical because mint marks can significantly affect a coin's rarity and value. On the reverse side, the coin features the classic wheat ears design, which gives the wheat penny its name. The words 1 cent appear in the center, framed by 2 wheat stalks, with United States of America and E pluribus unum completing the design. This wheat reverse was used from 1909 to 1958, making it one of the most iconic designs in U.S. coin history. The Denver Mint produced millions of 1943 D steel wheat pennies, so in general, a normal circulated example is not extremely rare. However, condition matters a lot. A 1943 D wheat penny that still has its original bright steel color, minimal wear, and strong details can be worth significantly more than one that's rusted, darkened, or heavily worn. Steel cents are especially prone to corrosion, so well-preserved examples are always in higher demand. But here's where things get really exciting. When people search online for 1943 D wheat penny value, what they're often hoping for is one of the most famous minting mistakes in U.S. history, the 1943 bronze wheat penny. During the transition from bronze to steel, a very small number of bronze planchets from 1942 were accidentally left in the presses and struck with the 1943 date. These coins were never supposed to exist, and that's exactly why they're so valuable. A genuine 1943 bronze wheat penny is one of the rarest Lincoln cents ever made. And if that coin happens to have a D mint mark, its value can reach into the hundreds of thousands of dollars. While extremely rare, verified examples have sold for astonishing prices at auctions. That's why so many collectors and everyday people are still checking their old jars, drawers, and inherited collections today. So how do you know if your 1943 D wheat penny might be something special? First, use a magnet. A normal 1943 steel penny will stick to a magnet instantly. A bronze penny will not. If your 1943 D penny does not stick to a magnet, you need to stop everything and have it checked by a professional coin expert immediately. That one simple test has led to some of the most exciting discoveries in coin collecting history. Weight is another important factor. A steel penny weighs about 2.7 grams, while a bronze penny weighs around 3.11 grams. Even a small difference can tell you a lot. Color also matters. A true bronze 1943 penny will have a natural copper or brown tone, not a plated appearance. Be cautious, though, many fake or altered coins exist, including steel pennies that were copper-plated to trick collectors. That's why expert verification is essential. Even if your 1943 wheat penny is a standard steel issue, it can still be collectible and valuable depending on condition. Coins with strong original luster, no rust, and sharp details can command respectable prices. Uncirculated or near-uncirculated examples are especially popular among Lincoln cent collectors who want complete date and mint mark sets. Another area collectors look for is errors and varieties. Some 1943 wheat pennies show off center strikes, doubled details, weak strikes, or die cracks. While minor errors may add only modest value, dramatic and visually obvious errors can significantly increase collector interest and price. Every coin is worth examining closely under good lighting and magnification. What makes the 1943 wheat penny so appealing is not just its potential value, but its connection to American history. This coin was in circulation during a time when the country was united by sacrifice, rationing, and determination. Every steel cent tells a story of wartime America, making it more than just money. It's a small piece of history you can hold in your hand. Collectors around the world search daily for information about the 1943 wheat penny, its value, errors, and how to identify rare versions. It remains one of the most talked about Lincoln cents ever produced. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone who just discovered an old penny in a drawer, this coin captures attention like few others. If you have a 1943 wheat penny, never clean it. Cleaning can permanently damage the surface and reduce its value dramatically. Even gentle cleaning can leave scratches or remove original mint characteristics that collectors look for. Always keep the coin in a safe, dry place and handle it by the edges whenever possible. The truth is, most 1943 wheat pennies are common steel cents worth a small premium over face value. But the possibility, however small, of finding a rare bronze error or a high-grade example keeps collectors searching. That thrill of the hunt is what makes coin collecting so addictive and exciting. So once again, check your pockets, check your jars, check your old collections. Look closely at any 1943 wheat penny you find, especially if it has a D mint mark. Test it with a magnet, observe the color, and examine the details. One tiny cent could be hiding a story worth thousands, or even more. If you enjoy learning about valuable US coins, rare wheat pennies, and hidden treasures still found in everyday change, make sure you stay tuned. Coins like the 1943 wheat penny prove that history, mystery, and value can all fit into the palm of your hand. Coin number 2. Stop everything now and check your pocket change, because the coin you might be holding could be worth far more than 1 cent. Today we are diving deep into one of the most searched and collected Lincoln wheat pennies in U.S. coin history, the 1951 1-cent wheat penny from the United States of America. This is a coin that millions of people have seen, but very few truly understand, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why collectors still hunt for it, what makes it valuable, how to identify rare examples, and how much it can really be worth today. The 1951 wheat penny was produced by the United States Mint during a fascinating period of American history. Just a few years after World War II, the U.S. economy was expanding rapidly, and everyday coins like the Lincoln cent played a huge role in daily life. This penny was struck at the Denver Mint, which is identified by the small D mint mark located just below the date on the front of the coin. That tiny letter is extremely important, because it tells us exactly where the coin was made and helps determine its scarcity and value. On the front of the 1951 wheat penny, you'll see the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln. This design was created by Victor David Brenner and first appeared in 1909 to honor Lincoln's 100th birthday. Lincoln is facing to the right, and along the top edge you'll find the words, "In God We Trust." To the left of Lincoln is the word, "Liberty." And just to the right is the date, 1951, with the Denver Mint mark directly underneath. This classic design remained largely unchanged for decades, making it one of the most recognizable coins in American history. Now turn the coin over and you'll find the famous wheat ears design that gives the wheat penny its name. Two curved stalks of wheat frame the words 1 cent and United States of America, with the Latin motto E pluribus unum across the top. This reverse design symbolized America's agricultural strength and prosperity and was used from 1909 until 1958, when it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design. One of the most important things to understand about the 1951 wheat penny is its mintage. Over 625 million of these coins were struck at the Denver Mint alone. That's a huge number, and it explains why most 1951 pennies found in circulation are not extremely valuable. However, mintage numbers are only part of the story. Condition, rarity within condition grades, and minting errors can dramatically change how much this coin is worth. The metal composition of the 1951 wheat penny is another key detail collectors care about. This coin is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc and tin. That high copper content is one reason older pennies feel heavier and look different compared to modern cents. Each coin weighs about 3.11 grams, and over time, copper can develop beautiful toning that ranges from deep brown to bright red, which greatly affects collector value. When it comes to condition, collectors typically describe wheat pennies using color designations such as brown, red-brown, and red. Brown coins have circulated heavily and lost most of their original mint luster. Red-brown coins retain some of that original shine, while full red examples look almost like they just left the mint. For the 1951 wheat penny, color and surface quality make a massive difference in price. In circulated condition, a typical 1951 wheat penny is usually worth only a few cents above face value. You might see prices ranging from 2 cents to maybe 10 cents for worn examples. These are very common and are often found in old jars, collections, or inherited coin lots. However, once you move into uncirculated territory, values begin to rise quickly. An uncirculated 1951 wheat penny with strong luster and minimal marks can sell for several dollars. Coins that still have a bright red color and sharp details are much more desirable. High-quality examples can sell for anywhere from $10 to $50 or more, depending on eye appeal and preservation. The finest known examples, with nearly flawless surfaces and intense original luster, can reach even higher prices among serious collectors. Another exciting aspect of the 1951 wheat penny is the possibility of mint errors and varieties. Error coins are mistakes that occurred during the minting process, and they can be incredibly valuable. Common errors to look for include off-center strikes, where the design is not properly aligned, and double die errors, where parts of the lettering or numbers appear doubled due to a misaligned die. One variety that collectors sometimes search for is repunched mint marks. In the early 1950s, mint marks were punched into the dies by hand, which sometimes resulted in overlapping or doubled mint marks. A repunched mint mark on a 1951 penny can add a premium to the coin's value, especially if the doubling is clear and well-defined. Die cracks and cuds are another category of errors that can make a 1951 wheat penny more interesting and valuable. Die cracks appear as raised lines on the coin caused by cracks in the die, while cuds are larger raised blobs where part of the die broke away. These features tell a story about the coin's production and can significantly increase collector interest. Collectors also pay close attention to strike quality. Some 1951 wheat pennies were struck more weakly than others, especially on the wheat ears or Lincoln's hair. Strongly struck examples with full detail are more desirable and tend to command higher prices. When searching through pennies, always compare multiple examples to train your eye. The historical context of the 1951 wheat penny adds another layer of appeal. This coin circulated during the early Cold War era, a time when America was rapidly changing. It passed through the hands of workers, soldiers, families, and businesses during a period of economic growth and global tension. Holding one of these pennies is like holding a small piece of everyday American history. For beginners entering the world of coin collecting, the 1951 wheat penny is an excellent starting point. It's affordable, widely available, and easy to study. At the same time, It offers enough depth through condition rarity and errors to keep even advanced collectors interested. That balance is one reason wheat pennies remain so popular decades after they stopped being made. If you're searching for valuable examples, always inspect your coins carefully under good lighting. Look closely at the date and mint mark, examine the surfaces for doubling or unusual features, and check the color and luster. Even small differences can mean big changes in value. Never clean a coin, as cleaning can severely damage its surface and reduce its worth. Many people ask whether wheat pennies like the 1951D will increase in value in the future. While common circulated examples may not skyrocket in price, high-quality uncirculated coins and rare era varieties are always in demand. As time goes on and more coins are lost or damaged, the supply of top-condition examples continues to shrink. The 1951D wheat penny also holds strong appeal for collectors building complete date and mint sets. Completing a full wheat penny collection from 1909 to 1958 is a major goal for many hobbyists, and the Denver issues from the early 1950s are essential pieces of that puzzle. So the next time you come across a handful of old pennies, don't ignore them. Take a closer look. Coin collecting isn't just about money, it's about history, discovery, and the thrill where others see nothing. Coin number 3. Stop everything you're doing right now and check your pocket, your wallet, or that old coin jar sitting in the corner of your house, because today we're talking about a coin that millions of people have held without realizing its true story and potential value. This is the 1945D Lincoln wheat penny from the United States, a 1-cent coin that may look ordinary at first glance, but carries a powerful history tied to the end of World War II, American resilience, and one of the most iconic designs ever placed on U.S. currency. The Lincoln wheat penny is one of the most collected coins in American history, and the 1945D wheat penny holds a special place among collectors. Struck in Denver during a year that marked victory, rebuilding, and hope, this penny represents far more than just 1 cent. It represents a moment in time when America was transitioning from war to peace, and even the smallest coin in your hand tells that story. The obverse of the 1945D wheat penny features the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a design originally created by Victor David Brenner. Lincoln's calm and steady profile has become instantly recognizable around the world. Above Lincoln's head, you'll find the word Liberty, while the date 1945 sits to the right. Just below the date is the small but extremely important D mint mark, indicating that this coin was struck at the Denver Mint. That single letter is critical, because it separates this coin from its Philadelphia and San Francisco counterparts and plays a role in collector demand. Turning the coin over, the reverse displays the classic wheat ears design that gives the wheat penny its name. 2 wheat stalks frame the words 1 cent and United States of America, with E pluribus unum proudly displayed at the top. This simple yet powerful design symbolized America's agricultural strength and economic foundation during the early and mid-20th century. The wheat reverse was used from 1909 until 1958, making it one of the longest-running designs in U.S. coinage history. The year 1945 is especially meaningful. This was the final year of World War II, and the United States was producing massive amounts of coinage to support a growing post-war economy. Unlike the famous 1943 steel pennies, the 1945 wheat penny returned to its traditional copper-based composition. These coins are made primarily of copper with small amounts of tin and zinc, giving them that familiar reddish-brown color that collectors love. The Denver Mint was extremely busy in 1945, producing over 266 million wheat pennies that year. Because of this high mintage, many people assume the 1945D wheat penny has no value beyond face value. But that assumption can be very misleading. While circulated examples are common, condition is everything in coin collecting, and well-preserved pieces can be far more desirable than most people realize. If you're holding a heavily worn 1945D wheat penny with smooth surfaces and faded details, it may only be worth a few cents. However, coins that show sharp details, strong lettering, and minimal wear can command higher prices. Pennies that still retain their original red color are especially attractive to collectors, because copper naturally darkens over time. Finding a bright red or red-brown example after nearly 80 years is not easy. One of the biggest factors that can increase the value of a 1945D wheat penny is the presence of errors or varieties. Collectors are always on the lookout for minting mistakes, and even small errors can significantly boost a coin's value. Look closely for doubled lettering on the date or inscriptions, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or unusual die cracks. These errors happened during the minting process and were never meant to leave the mint, which makes them exciting discoveries today. Another important detail to check is the condition of Lincoln's portrait. The hairlines, cheekbone, jawline, and coat details all matter. On the reverse, examine the wheat stalks closely. Strong lines and full detail in the wheat ears suggest limited circulation, which is a big plus for collectors. Coins with clear separation in the wheat kernels tend to be more desirable. The 1945D wheat penny is also popular among collectors who build date and mint mark sets. Many collectors aim to own at least one wheat penny from every year and every mint, and Denver minted coins are an essential part of that journey. Because the wheat penny series spans nearly 50 years, completing a full set is a rewarding challenge, and the 1945D is a must-have piece in that puzzle. Beyond collector value, this coin holds historical importance. In 1945, soldiers were returning home, factories were shifting back to civilian production, and everyday life in America was changing rapidly. The coins in people's pockets were part of that transition. This very penny may have been used to buy a newspaper announcing the end of the war, a loaf of bread during rationing's final days, or a cup of coffee in a newly peaceful world. Many people underestimate wheat pennies because they were produced in large numbers, but that's exactly why they remain accessible to new collectors today. The 1945D wheat penny is often a gateway coin, something that sparks curiosity and leads people deeper into the world of numismatics. It's affordable, historically rich, and easy to recognize, making it perfect for beginners and seasoned collectors alike. If you're searching through old rolls, inherited collections, or even loose change, take a moment to inspect any 1945 wheat pennies you find. Don't clean them, as cleaning can reduce their value. Instead, store them safely and compare their condition carefully. Even subtle differences in color, luster, and strike quality can make a noticeable difference. The beauty of the 1945D Lincoln wheat penny lies in its balance. It's common enough to be found, yet special enough to be appreciated. It tells a story of survival, victory, and economic recovery. It connects us to a generation that lived through one of the most challenging periods in modern history. So the next time you come across a simple brown penny with wheat stalks on the back, don't dismiss it too quickly. That 1945D wheat penny may not make you rich overnight, but it carries history in your hand and value beyond its face. Coins like this remind us that even the smallest denominations can hold the biggest stories. If you enjoy learning about valuable coins, rare pennies, and hidden treasures still found in everyday change, make sure to keep checking your pockets and old collections. You never know when a small copper coin from 1945 might connect you to history or surprise you with its worth. Keep collecting, keep searching, and most importantly, never underestimate the power of a single cent. Coin number 4, and we will explore. Stop everything you're doing right now and take a close look at the pennies in your pocket, your wallet, or that old jar of coins at home, because today we are diving deep into one of the most overlooked yet fascinating Lincoln wheat cents ever produced in the United States, the 1953D 1-cent wheat penny. This humble copper coin may look ordinary at first glance, but its history, minting details, errors, and collector value tell a much bigger story that every coin lover, beginner collector, and treasure hunter needs to hear. The 1953D wheat penny was struck at the Denver Mint during a time when America was experiencing post-World War II growth, industrial expansion, and rising consumer culture. This coin belongs to the legendary Lincoln wheat cent series, which ran from 1909 to 1958 and is considered one of the most iconic coin designs in U.S. history. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the wheat penny features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, marking the first time a real historical figure appeared on a circulating U.S. coin. On the front of the 1953D wheat penny, you'll see Lincoln's right-facing portrait along with the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," at the top, "Liberty," on the left, and the date 1953 on the right. Just below the date is the small but extremely important mint mark D, which tells us this coin was produced at the Denver Mint. That single letter is critical because mint location plays a huge role in rarity, demand, and overall value. Flip the coin over and you'll find the classic reverse design that gave the wheat penny its name. Two wheat stalks curve along the edges, framing the words 1 cent and United States of America, with E pluribus unum displayed across the top. This simple but elegant design symbolized America's agricultural strength and stability during the early to mid-20th century. The 1953 wheat penny was minted in very large numbers. The Denver Mint produced over 700 million coins that year, making it a common-day wheat cent. Because of this high mintage, most 1953 wheat pennies found in circulation today are not extremely valuable in worn condition. However, common does not mean worthless, and this is where many people make a big mistake. The composition of the 1953 wheat penny is 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving it that rich reddish-brown color collectors love. Each coin weighs about 3.11 grams and measures 19 millimeters in diameter. Unlike the steel cents of 1943, this coin returned to its traditional copper alloy, which makes it especially attractive to those who collect copper-based US coins. Now let's talk about value, because this is what most people really want to know. In heavily worn condition, a 1953 wheat penny may be worth only a few cents over face value. However, in uncirculated condition, the value can rise significantly. Coins graded mint state with strong detail, original luster, and minimal contact marks can sell for several dollars, and in higher grades, they can reach even higher prices. Color is extremely important when it comes to wheat penny value. Collectors categorize copper coins as red, red-brown, or brown. A fully red 1953 wheat penny that has never lost its original mint color is far more desirable than one that has turned brown over time. Red examples in high mint state grades are much harder to find and command premium prices in the coin market. One of the most exciting aspects of collecting the 1953 wheat penny is the possibility of discovering mint errors. Errors are what transform an otherwise common coin into a rare and valuable collectible. Some known errors to look for include double die obverse details, off-center strikes, die cracks, clipped planchets, and repunched mint marks. Even small errors can significantly increase a coin's value, sometimes turning a 1-cent piece into a coin worth tens, hundreds, or even thousands of dollars. A double die error, for example, may show noticeable doubling in the date, lettering, or Lincoln's features. These errors happened during the die-making process and are highly sought after by collectors. Off-center strikes occur when the blank planchet is not properly aligned during striking, resulting in a partially missing design. The more dramatic and clear the error, the higher the potential value. Condition is everything in coin collecting, and the 1953 wheat penny is no exception. Coins with sharp details, strong wheat lines on the reverse, and clear facial features on Lincoln's portrait are far more desirable than those that are worn smooth. Even small differences in condition can result in big price differences, which is why professional grading services play such a big role in the modern coin market. Many collectors choose to store their wheat pennies in protective holders to prevent further wear and damage. Exposure to moisture, air, and improper handling can quickly reduce a coin's value. If you believe you have a high-quality or error example of a 1953 wheat penny, careful storage and professional evaluation are essential steps. The 1953 wheat penny also holds historical significance beyond its monetary value. It represents a time when pennies were still made mostly of copper, before rising metal costs forced changes in composition. It also reflects the stability of the U.S. mint system during the 1950s, when billions of coins were produced to support a growing economy. For beginner collectors, the 1953 wheat penny is a perfect entry point into numismatics. It's affordable, easy to find, and packed with history. For advanced collectors, it offers challenges in locating high-grade red examples and rare errors. This balance makes it one of the most interesting wheat cents to study and collect. If you're searching through old coin jars, estate collections, or rolls of pennies from the bank, never overlook a 1953 wheat penny. Take your time to examine it under good lighting, check for unusual features, and compare it to known examples. That ordinary-looking penny could be far more special than you realize. In today's coin market, interest in Lincoln wheat pennies continues to grow, especially as fewer high-quality examples remain available. As collectors around the world seek to complete wheat cent sets, demand for clean, well-preserved coins steadily increases. This long-term interest helps support the value of coins like the 1953 D wheat penny. So the next time you come across a wheat penny dated 1953 with a small d under the date, don't dismiss it too quickly. Look closer. Study the details. Check the color. Search for errors. That 1-cent coin is a tiny piece of American history, a symbol of post-war prosperity, and potentially a valuable collectible hiding in plain sight. If you enjoy learning about rare and valuable U.S. coins, wheat pennies, mint errors, and hidden treasures found in everyday change, make sure you keep exploring, keep searching, and most importantly, keep checking your pockets. You never know when the next amazing discovery might be waiting.